Hello guys, this presentation is made by Laura, Jimena and Liliana. This presentation's topic is about tales, handcrafts, rhymes and challenges. So first of all, we should know why they are important to be.
Tales, handcrafts, rhymes, and challenges are important because they help children to develop creativity and also because they improve and work on the different skills such as listening, writing, reading, speaking, and motricity. Now we are going to explain them to you.
Fairy tales show real-life issues in a fantastical scenario where most often the hero triumphs. Children need to discover in a safe environment that bad things happen to everyone. No one in life is immune from challenges, so we need to build capacity in our children. We should build emotional muscles so our children can hang on during tough times. Fairy tales show kids how to handle problems. We learn from the characters in stories even as adults. They help us because we connect to our own lives, dreams, anxieties, and consider what we would do in their shoes. Fairy tales help children learn how to navigate life. It is quite clear that listening is a skill that children acquire first, especially if they have not yet learned how to read. It is worth remembering too that once something has been said, then it disappears. If you are reading, you can go back and check, or you can reread something you don't quite understand. This is not possible when you are listening, so when we are talking and the children are listening, it is important to say things clearly and to repeat them. When you are telling a story, for example, you don't have to tell it from beginning to end without breaks. You can retell it again and again as you go along.
Peter and the Giant. Peter looked at the giant. The giant looked at Peter. How are you, Mr. Giant? Peter asked politely, even while his knees were shaking in fear. I'm fine, little boy. And how are you? Fine. They stared at each other and then both started talking at once. How did... Whoa! Speak, little boy, the giant said. How did you come here? I've never seen you before, Peter said, still afraid. I was just passing by. What's your name, child? Peter. I'm called Rocky. Would you like me to do something for you? Oh no, I can't ask you to do anything for me. Peter was amazed. I don't mind. I like to help. It must be very hard to be a human, isn't it? Peter hadn't thought about that before. No, I like being human, although, he added, being a giant must be very cool. No, I'm not cold, Peter. No, I mean, it must be really nice to be a giant. Oh, yes, it is. Now, why don't you come with me? I'll take you back to my home. You can see where I live. Peter nodded, and the giant lifted the little boy onto his huge shoulder. Soon they were striding down the street Peter lived on, and then they suddenly appeared in a large valley filled with enormous homes. Giants moved around everywhere, doing normal everyday things that Peter and his family and friends did too. Some were walking to work in the fields, some were hanging up clothes to dry, children played. Peter imagined they must be child giants as they were much smaller than the others, although still larger than him. How did we suddenly come here? Peter demanded of Rocky. We are magical people, so we live in a magical place, Rocky said. You can do magic? Asked Peter in wonder. Oh yes, I can. It's lots of fun. You should try it. I can't do magic. I've tried, Peter said sadly. If you were a giant, you could. Why don't you become a giant? Come on, become a giant! Become a giant! Become a giant! Peter woke up screaming, Become a giant! His mother came running into his room. Peter, what is it? Did you have a bad dream? Yes, I think so. Oh, Mother, I thought it was real. A giant took me to his home and wanted me to become like him. He was shouting at me to become a giant. She settled him back in his bed and said, "It was only a dream, son. Don't worry. Now go back to sleep." He nodded, and cuddling his pillow, he was soon fast asleep.
Making crafts can help children learn educational values, such as learning more on mathematics by identifying shapes and size. They will be able to learn more about colors and shapes, learn how to measure using rules, and practice drawing and coloring. These activities allow them to express themselves better, thus helping them deal with the problems they might have in school. Children who enjoy making crafts also have great hand-eye coordination and motor control. They will be able to do things like drawing an animal by copying from a book or even imitating what their teachers are demonstrating in art classes. Apart from that, they are also able to think faster and make decisions quicker, hence making them smarter. Children of all ages love to paint and should be given lots of opportunities to do it. Origami is a fascinating and creative craft for kids. They will be getting practice at following instructions. It is amazing what fun can be had and what can be created for a few basic ingredients.
All children love rhymes and like to repeat them again and again. Rhymes are repetitive, they have natural rhythm, and they have an element of fun, of playing with the language. Rhyme and rhythm. Rhymes help the children to understand that language have some pattern. Even little kids can differentiate the words with similar endings. As you sing the song, they begin to anticipate the rhyming words. They also try to follow the beat or the tune of the poem. This is helpful in developing musicality. It is because of this reason that many early books have repetition, rhymes, and rhythms. This keeps the children's interest in the rhymes. Song and rhyme activities. Activities help the child to learn many things in an easier way. Many activities can be created with poems and songs. You can ask your child to underline the rhyming words. You can sing his favorite rhyme by missing the rhyming strings. Encourage the child to make new lines of the poem that rhymes with it. Life is a series of challenges. Challenges are just to make an effort, to take action, to use our minds, bodies, and hearts to their utmost. Think about how you gently challenge children every day in your classroom. You ask children to try to button their jackets or tie their shoes. You encourage them to try a puzzle piece another way if it doesn't fit, or to guess how many steps it will be to the top of the stairs. A gentle challenge can encourage a child to look at something in a new way, to try something just a bit difficult.
Challenges for children can take many different forms. We can challenge children with an activity, a material, a thought, a problem to solve, a question. These challenges happen throughout the year, rather than as part of your start of a school agenda. In fact, if you look at your daily activities as things that emerge from children's interests and choices, you are already on the road to creating a program that challenges children from where they are to where they can go.
Here are some examples of how to challenge children. 1. Build a zoo, house, or robot out of wood. 2. Draw a map of how to get to your house. 3. Make up a dance to a rhyme. 4. Run to the big tree, fence, or light pole and bring the clues. 5. Find as many yellow things as you can. 6. Sing as many animal, cars, or dinosaur songs as you know. you.